FCT security boost. Impact of community policing divides opinions amid growing security concerns. APC versus El-Rufai. APC claps back at El-Rufai over Tinubu's economic reforms. Lagos market inferno. Millions lost as fires ravaged Ladipo, Owode, Oniri. On the international scene, Botswana floods disaster. Record rainfall leaves 9 dead, wreaks havoc. Hello there. Welcome to the news update on Trust TV at this hour. I am Aisha Salihu. The news in detail. Thank you for joining us. Community-based policing has become an integral part of Nigeria's security framework, aimed at preventing crime, enhancing public safety, and protecting both private and government assets. By working closely with the police, community vigilante groups play a crucial role in ensuring security at the grassroots level. In this report, Trust TV's Noel Sampson speaks with a security consultant on the effectiveness of community policing, explores ways to improve it, and hears firsthand from vigilante members about the challenges they face. Take a look.
In recent months, security in the Federal Capital Territory has shown signs of improvement, with incidents of kidnapping, armed robbery, and other criminal activities reportedly declining. As of January 14th, the FCT Police Command identified 17 criminal hotspots and launched targeted operations to curb crime in the city. Community policing has played a significant role in these efforts, but opinions remain divided on its overall effectiveness since its introduction in Nigeria on April 27, 2004. The question remains, how can community policing be strengthened for better results?
It's not effective enough. The last MBS report talked about crime rates in the rural and urban centers. And it was established that more crimes are committed in our rural areas. So if community policing initiative is effective enough, why are kidnapping and other activities like criminal activities like banditry, terrorism, why are they happening? It can be improved in Nigeria. Number one, when we build trust. When there's trust between the civilian population that live in these rural communities and the conventional security agents like the police, that trust must be built, one. Then two, education. How well are these people enlightened enough? When I mean education, it mustn't be the four wall of a classroom. The National Orientation Agency, how well are they, sensitizing or enlightening our people within our rural communities to speak to them in the language that they will understand? That in the event when they see something, they should say something.
Speaking with Deputy Commissioner of Police Ishaku Sharu, Deputy Commissioner of Operations at the FCT Command Headquarters, he highlights the collaboration between the police and vigilante groups, emphasizing the positive impact of these joint efforts.
It has been very, very effective in shaping the policing conduct and business. And community policing is a philosophy. So it has been there, and the involvement of the various groups from the local community, the vigilante, the civilian JTF, and all whatnot, irrespective of the nomenclature. So they have been very, very helpful. For the command here, we are working very, very closely. We are working in synergy in most of the operations that we do. We bring them in, and then they give us information, and they also participate in what we are doing. So for the command here, we don't have problem. In fact, some of the recoveries of arms, it is through them.
At Uyeruga, the head of local vigilante group, Mukhtar Mohammed, shed light on the cooperation between community security outfits and the police. He outlines the challenges faced by vigilantes, including limited resources, security risks, and the need for better training and support.
I work together to the police. Sometimes I arrest the chief for this place. I hand over to the police in Uye police station. Sometimes the police help me. Maybe somewhat help us. Maybe small challenge for this vigilante, especially for this place myself. I have problem. Sometimes you have thief inside this place myself. I'll try to the highest. I don't have to anything. I don't have the uniform. I don't have to anything to follow the thief.
Community policing fosters trust and strengthens relationship between law enforcement and the people they serve. It enables police officers to work closely with residents, prevent crime, and respond swiftly to security concerns. By addressing existing challenges and improving collaboration, community policing can be an even more effective tool for safeguarding lives and property. Well, Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Still on security matters, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Katsina Command, has killed 4 suspected terrorists in Dusima local government area of the state. The public relations officer of the command, SC Buhari Hamisu, confirmed this in a statement released on Monday, stating that 2 separate attacks were repelled. According to him, operatives repelled an attack by suspected armed bandits who stormed the permanent site of the Federal University Dusima on February 21. The team also rescued 3 kidnapped victims and recovered some rustled goods, the NSCDC spokesman revealed. He added that NSCDC personnel in a joint operation with the police repelled another attack on Sunday, February 23, at the federal government Special Grains Reserve in Darawa. He confirmed that the body of the suspected criminal had been deposited at General Hospital, Dusima. We move over now to the south-south region of the country, and still on security matters, the Edo State Police Command has confirmed the death of 2 more persons, bringing to 7 those who have lost their lives in the clash between cocoa farmers and some alleged produce thieves in the agrarian community of Belemoti in Ovia Southwest local government area of the state. The State Police Public Relations Officer, Moses Yamu, who disclosed this in a statement on Monday, said 6 injured victims were also receiving treatment in an undisclosed hospital, as against the 4 who were reported on Sunday. The clash was said to have started on Thursday night and escalated on Friday morning as those believed to be sympathetic to the victims of the Thursday night fight mobilized and launched a reprisal on Friday morning. Earlier on Saturday, a community source who pleaded anonymity said the crisis started on Thursday when an Ikale cocoa farmer hired some vigilantes to guard his produce, which had been under heavy poaching by some suspected Izon boys. The vigilantes were alleged to have killed 4 of the Izon boys while on duty. The Friday morning counterattack, the source added, was carried out by some Izon boys sympathetic to the 4 allegedly killed by the vigilantes. In politics, the All Progressives Congress on Monday slammed a former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, for attacking President Bola Tinubu and the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. The Southeast National Vice Chairman of the APC, Ijoma Arodiogu, described El-Rufai's criticism of the president at the NSA during a Monday night interview as pathetic. El-Rufai, in the interview, criticized the president's economic reforms, saying the sequencing was wrong. He accused the president of rejecting him as a ministerial nominee and not the National Assembly. As previously reported, the ex-governor said the president changed his mind on the cabinet appointment offer after asking him publicly not to be far from him after he concluded his second term in Kaduna State. Now, the senator representing Abia North, Oji Uzo Kalu, has asked Nigeria's former military president Ibrahim Babangida to write a second edition of his autobiography, Journey in Service, and mention the names of those who stopped him from declaring Mashood Abiola as the winner of the June 12th presidential election of 1993 election. Speaking to journalists in Abuja on Tuesday, Kalu said IBB should name the accomplices to his second in command, late General Sani Abacha, and the chairman of the National Electoral Commission, Humphrey Nwosu, so that Nigerians will know the role they all played to avoid the impression that he lied. For the first time in 32 years, IBB admits in his autobiography that MKO Abiola, the candidate of the Social Democratic Party, won the annulled election. Kalu also asked President Bola Tinubu to swear MKO in posthumously, and his picture allowed to hang in the Hall of Fame of former presidents of the country. The former governor of Abia State said he is glad that Babangida's book has finally cleared the misconception that the 1966 coup, is an Igbo coup instead of a Nigerian coup coordinated and executed by the military, but erroneously blamed on Igbos in the country. In the race for 2027, Kalu said his party, APC, is not shopping for any other candidate apart from the sitting president, Bola Tinubu, who he said has no doubt will win a second term.
And you guys should tell those, call by names, not only Abacha, call by names those who stopped him from declaring June 12th. Because I was there, so I know what happened. You should call their names and write second edition, so Nigerians will know the rule. Because people are thinking maybe Babangida lied here and there, but I'm very grateful that the coup, they call Igbo coup, Babangida have cleared. I don't need Babangida to tell me that coup was not Igbo coup. That is why I'm in Nigeria. And that is why you see me behave the way I behave. So for me, that coup was a Nigerian coup collected by military. And the military executed the coup. And some people failed to do their job. That is what I saw.
In other stories, a fire outbreak has destroyed almost half of Gusau vegetable market in Zamfara state. A victim, Alhaji Muazu, said the incident, which occurred around 10 p.m., is suspected to have been caused by an electric surge. Muazu said though they called the state firefighters, they refused to turn up in time. Another fire destroyed another provision store on the same night at Ungwer Gwaza, Gusau. Executive Secretary, Zamfara State Fire Service Bello Sani and their personnel responded on time and sent fire trucks, but lamented that the market was built with highly inflammable items that could not be put under control. Also, a midnight fire has ravaged part of the Ladikbo market in Moshi and Owode Oniri market along Ikorodu Road in Lagos, leaving behind a trail of destruction with goods worth millions of naira reduced to ashes. Eyewitnesses reported that the fire started at Ladikbo market around 1 a.m. and quickly spread through numerous shops and warehouses stocked with mechanical tools, vehicle spare parts, motorcycles, as well as household and electrical appliances. Fortunately, no casualties were reported in either incident, as confirmed by the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, which successfully extinguished the flames by 6 a.m. The director of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adesheye, confirmed that emergency teams from Isolo, Bolade, and Alausa fire stations arrested the fire at Ladikbo Market. Despite difficulties in accessing some of the affected areas, the firefighters managed to contain the blaze, preventing it from spreading to nearby properties and businesses. Another fire was said to have broken out at Owode Oniri Market along Ikorodu Road, impacting several shops that sold metallic materials, but no casualties were recorded, as firefighters also put out the fire. Away from that, meanwhile, Labour Party's presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, Peter Obi, has called for greater efforts to ensure safety in public places, especially schools, to prevent disasters and protect lives. The former Anambra governor made the call through Yunusa Tanko, national coordinator of the Obedient Movement, who led a delegation to Kaura Namoda in Zamfara to sympathize with the emir and the community over the tragic fire that killed 17 Islamia school pupils and injured several others. The report.
A delegation of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, led by Yunusa Tanko, is in Kaura Namoda town for a condolence visit over the recent tragic fire incident. It first visited the palace of the Emir of Kaura Namoda, where the leader of the delegation told Emir Major Sanusi Ashar, retired, that the former Anambra Governor Peter Obi sent them to condole with the people and the Emir. Thereafter, the delegation proceeded to the Islamia school where the fire incident took place and also visited 9 injured pupils who are still on admission in the hospital.
We appreciate for coming to our hospital. Thank you for the coming to see the children that are born. We are grateful. Thank you for your concern.
We are very much happy with this your visit, which shows that the Labour Party and its presidential candidate in the last election of 2023 have people in their mind. This incident happened in our local government all the way from Abuja. The party itself delegates this committee to come and sympathize with us, to show their concern over the days of our children and those that sustain some degree of injuries. As you can see, you are here in the hospital. We visited them. You see the condition. Even though the local government and the state government and other people are trying their best to see that these patients recovered from the injuries they sustained. We are happy and it's commendable.
The Emir of Kaura Namoda, Major Sanusi Ashar, retired, and the Vice Chairman of Kaura Namoda local government area expressed gratitude to Peter Obi for the concern and show of love which he demonstrated by sending a delegation to condole with them over the tragic fire incident.
My warm regard to His Excellency Dr. Peter Obi with this kind gesture, because it's a gesture for him to show concern from far to be here. Our people actually really appreciate it. His Excellency Dr. was so happy and proud of him, for him to show concern to our people, to just be with us in the trying period.
Places such like Islamia and secondary schools, the health situation, everywhere that people gather should be well taken care of in terms of making sure that it has a well-ventilated area. Anything that can cause fire or anything that can consume human beings should be taken care of. That's why we have medical aides and everybody that goes around checking those particular places to ensure that the construction of that particular place, no matter how little it is, it contains all the safety measures to ensure that such thing should not happen again. Let me tell you, this thing has been reoccurring and occurring and occurring again because those who are in position of power did not do the right thing to take care of it from.
A Kwara State High Court, sitting in Ilorin, the state capital, on Monday, remanded 7 suspected killers of Mojisola Aweshu, a student of the Kwara State College of Health Technology, OFA, in a correctional facility. This followed the absence of the counsel to 5th, 6th, and 7th defendants in the court. The prime suspects are Debayo Joshua, Happiness, and Timilein Kolawole were accused of conspiring and causing the death of Mojisola Aweshu on August 9 last year. The court had, at the last adjourned date, remanded the prime suspects in a correctional facility. Counsel to the 1st and 4th defendants were not in the court the last time the case was brought up for hearing on February 3. Happiness Adebayo and his parents, Adebayo Adeni and Bukola Adeni, were accused of conspiring and causing the disappearance and destruction of evidence punishable under the Penal Code Law of Kwara State 2006. Now, languages are essential to education and sustainable development, serving as a primary means of knowledge transfer and cultural preservation. In Bauchi State, residents have been speaking on the importance of indigenous languages in building a progressive nation, while acknowledging the complexities of Nigeria's linguistic diversity. Trasivis Adamuima has details.
Of the approximately 7,000 languages spoken worldwide, many are at risk of disappearing due to globalization and societal shifts. In Bauchi, teachers and residents share diverse opinion on whether prioritizing mother languages could drive meaningful change in a country with over 500 spoken languages.
Let's take, for instance, ATBU is a school of technology. We expect them to compete with Mautech. My school ATBU this year, we have a student that produced an elephant. Mautech, then they will say that no, our student produced a train. But that is not what we are competing on. We are competing on who can speak English better. This is a very big challenge, and this makes us to continue to be going at the way we are going now. Until we change this narration, we adopt speaking with our own mother tongue, this thing will continue to happen.
There is some languages that they don't know how they can write that language. We know that we have some like Kanuri, Hausa, Fulani, they can read and write with their language. But up to now, there are some little languages that they don't know how they can write their language in anything.
The disappearance of indigenous languages is a direct result of families not using these languages to communicate at home.
I don't think our younger generation, so generation to come, will know where their parents come from and where they are going to. Because the major languages we have in Nigeria as it is today, if you come to the north, we have Hausa. If you go to the south, Yoruba has almost swallowed the smaller tribes. If you go to the south, that is southeast, we only recognize Igbo. So in the northern Nigeria here, Hausa has almost swallowed almost all the languages. Like myself here, I'm a Jarbai tribe from Kalam local government area, Plateau State. But most of the time, we used to speak in Hausa language, which is not our language.
Educators emphasize that developing critical thinking skills with multilingual education, especially for minority and indigenous languages, benefit learners and strengthen the connection between education and culture, promoting more inclusive and equitable societies. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
And now to developments away from Nigeria. Authorities in Botswana on Monday said at least 9 people were confirmed dead, 6 of whom were minors following widespread flooding. There has been record rainfall in the semi-arid country over the last week, which has seen more than 5,000 people impacted by floods. In the capital, Gaborone, where the local dam overflowed, cars were washed away and properties part submerged. Roads, homes, and businesses have suffered extensive damage. Meanwhile, most schools were expected to reopen on Tuesday after being closed for days, while officials said electricity and water supply had been restored. Botswana, like other countries in southern Africa, has been recovering from a devastating drought. In sports news, the delegation of Nigeria's under-20 boys, the Flying Eagles, landed in Abidjan on Tuesday morning ahead of the 2 friendly matches against the Young Elephants of Côte d'Ivoire. The contingent was led by a member of the NFF executive, Alhaji Ganiyu Majekodumi. Coach Aliyu Zubairu selected 21 players for the task, among whom are team captain Daniel Bameyi, first choice goalkeeper Ifeanyi Harcourt, defender Haruna Aliyu, midfielder Cletus Simon, and forwards Clinton Jaffet and Olalekan Suleiman Alabi. The 7-time African champions will take on the Ivorian counterparts at the Stade Félix Houphouët Boigny at the Ivorian capital, starting from 3:30 p.m. CIV time, which is 4:30 p.m. Nigeria time on Wednesday. Both teams will again clash on Friday at the same venue with the same kickoff time. And that's about it on the news update on Trust TV at this hour. Do not forget, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentary. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for watching. Join us again by 9 p.m.